Hello, I'm Mario Toneguzzi, Senior News Editor with Retail Insider. Joining me today is Jennifer LaForge, who is General Manager of Rakuten. Thanks for joining us today, Jennifer.
Thank you for having me, Mario.
Well, I was interested about a recent survey that Rakuten did on consumers and consumer behavior, etc. Let's just start with some of the results. The first is the impact of inflation. We hear about it everywhere, rising costs for everything from groceries to mortgages to gasoline. What impact did the survey find that this will have on holiday spending this year?
Yeah, it's a great question, Mario. I'm sure there's everyone within the retail space right now curious for as much info here. So to start, we ran a nationally representative survey. We do it every year to try and gauge where consumers are at in terms of holiday spending and really help inform our playbook over Q4. Many retailers know it's our biggest quarter. And so what we found in this survey was some surprises, but as much as you would expect, especially around the inflation side. So 82% of Canadians are concerned about economic factors and how those will impact their holiday shopping this year. Regionally, there seems to be the most concern sitting in the Midwest and Alberta region, but prior to the hurricane on the East Coast, they were the most excited and looking to spend the most this year and had less concerns on it. That may have changed since the survey, given the circumstances. But generally speaking, overall inflation and the impact on their spend is a number one concern. And this is broken down by the rising cost in groceries. Over 50% of consumers surveyed are really worried about that, as well as about 30% mentioning the cost of gas really impacting their spend. Of course, we've got some income uncertainty as well. This is about 23% of consumers are worried about that. And then 21% have actually noted that rising housing costs are also a contributing concern to the economic factors this year. So no real surprises, I think, for anyone there, but it definitely lets us know what we're getting into.
All right. The other part of it, as we head into the holiday season, and now there seems to be a gray area there of where one indeed is the holiday season. Some people almost think that, back to school is kind of the beginning of it all. But, as we approach Black Friday, Cyber Monday, how important are the sales going to be and sales promotions going to be this year?
Yeah, that's where things are shifting a little bit over the past couple of years. What we saw through the pandemic with a lot of disruptions in supply chains is that Canadian consumers and the retailers were trying to drive those holiday sales much earlier in the year. And that was to make sure they could get the items that they wanted for Christmas and they'd be delivered on time. And so you saw this Q4 spend or holiday shopping starting as early as October. This year, I think what's different is that it's shifting a little bit back towards the November timeframe, and we're actually seeing more people than back since 2018 actually stating that they're going to be shopping on Cyber Monday as well as Boxing Day more this year. So I think there's going to be a significant shift in spending this year. We'll see a little bit more coming back into November. But what I think a lot of those really looking for the sales, will see some sales coming up in October. There's a lot of retailers with inventory left over from some of those supply chain distribution backlogs. They're going to be doing some heavy discounts on that leftover inventory in October. And then come November, we'll see some great deals, but potentially not on as big a ticket item. So what we're recommending to our members is to just make sure that you're coming back regularly, keeping an eye out on the sales and preparing with the list so that you can capture those sales when they come up and not wait till the last minute as most of us typically do.
So tell me, in light of what's going on out there with costs, how important has the circular economy become in this kind of environment?
So the circular economy is actually one of the key behaviors we're seeing increasing this year, in particular with some of the younger gift givers in the market. But 44% of those we surveyed actually said they'll be looking at doing a homemade gift this year. And that may be a homemade craft, or it could be foods or wines. We've got about 38% saying that they're going to be giving a gift from a thrift shop or a marketplace, which is considerably surprising and high this year, but right along with what our assumptions were. 32% are finally admitting that they will be regifting this year, and I will admit I'm a regifter as well. But again, it seems as though there is a huge proportion of circular economy behavior that will be happening this year to kind of help with that inflation.
Okay, and to help consumers in terms of their spending, I'm looking at different things like loyalty programs and cashback rewards, and how do those play into this environment as well?
Yeah, absolutely. And great question. One that we're particularly curious about to understand. Overwhelmingly, we see most Canadians are looking to cash back as that main reward or loyalty to help with budgeting and spending. Of course, during uncertain times, most consumers will turn towards loyalty programs in order to help stack points or to gain cash back to help with the overspend. I was just at the grocery store actually, and they asked if I wanted to use my points, and I said, no, that's for Christmas. And a lady in line said, I do the same thing. And the lady behind her said the same thing as well. So I think we're all going to be looking to stack and save and gain points wherever possible. But again, overwhelming percentage of Canadians are in fact moving towards cash back as a key loyalty savings program this year.
Mm-hmm. And in recent years, we've seen quite a jump over the period of time in gift cards and people giving gift cards out there. Do you foresee or see that continuing trend in that popularity?
Yeah, absolutely. That's one thing we definitely see a pickup in, especially as we get to December ourselves. We have a gift card shop where you can get cash back on gift cards, either physical or e-gift cards, and they make a really great last minute option. They're also a great option if you just don't know what to give or you want to give more flexibility to the receiver of the gift. So we'll see gift card purchases continue throughout the year. 57% of those in the greater Vancouver area, 70% in the greater Vancouver area compared to 47% in the Toronto area are leaning towards e-gift cards, which is something interesting, I think, to note. But overall, it's a key component to, I think, everyone's holiday list to get those gift cards. And what we generally recommend is when Boxing Day and Boxing Week sales come up, those gift cards are used right away to capture on those sales as well. So,
okay, super. Now, Jennifer, tell me a little bit about Rakuten.
yeah, absolutely. So Rakuten is Canada's biggest and best online cashback shopping website. We have over 750 of your favorite retailers in Canada, and we help our members to find the best deals, coupon codes, and cashback through not only our website, but our app and our toolbar extensions. So you'll never forget cashback again.
Okay, and can you tell me just a little bit about how much you've grown in recent times, I guess?
Yes, of course. So we launched in the Canadian market in 2012. So we just celebrated our 10 years this past August. We serve nearly 7 million members in Canada, and that continues to grow. And to date, we've given out close to $100 million in cash back to Canadians. So we are definitely in the business of giving away money.
All right, Zach. I should give you my address. I'll need the money as well.
Okay, I'll send you a big fat check.
Big fat check will help in these times. Anything else, Jennifer, you wanted to mention?
Yeah, I think this year it'll be more important than ever for consumers to plan their holiday in order to make sure that they can give. We've seen an increase in intent to give this year compared to the past couple of years. And so we're encouraging our members to make sure that they subscribe to our newsletter. They're going to find out about the greatest deals from their favorite merchants. We'll have flash sales continuing right through to the end of the year, as well as some huge surprises coming on the Black Friday and Cyber Monday weekend. So if anyone listening is not a member of Rakuten.ca, come on over. It takes 15 seconds to join. It's free, and all you do is earn money on all of your online shopping.
All right. Thanks very much, Jennifer, for joining us today.
No problem. It was my pleasure.
All right. That was Jennifer LaForge, who is General Manager of Rakuten. I'm Mario Toneguzzi, Senior News Editor with Retail Insider. Thanks for joining us today.